Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Christina and today we're going to be playing with the Colourpop Disney palette right here. This definitely brings back a lot of memories. It's like a real throwback palette right now. Like, it makes me so nostalgic. Like, it reminds me when I was a kid and I was watching all these princess movies back before there was rent and utilities and car payments and insurance and student loans and all that fun jazz, right? So I really love that about this palette. Disclaimer, this is my second time trying to film this video. I filmed it yesterday and I tried using colors entirely from this palette alone and from nothing else, but the look turned out really not good and you're gonna hear more about that at the end of my video. And also, second disclaimer, I know you guys are probably a little bit distracted by my background. I know YouTube is such like a huge production these days and I really wanted it to be perfect for you guys, but honestly I felt like this color was so beautiful. Like, it's a rich purple. I felt like it went really well with my eyes. It went really well with like this whole princess theme because, you know, they're all purples and pinks and blues, you know, and I felt like this color was really great and I really liked it. I spent my hard-earned money on it and literally I tried to steam this thing like 15 times, I swear to you. Like, I used 2 water bottles worth of steam trying to get this thing to be straight, but for the life of me this fabric just isn't meant to be straight. I don't know, but like, this is the best I could do. I'm sorry, but I really wanted to use this background at least one time. I'm sorry that's not perfect, but hey, I'm not perfect. So I hope you guys still like the video anyways, and if you like this look and if you're curious to see my thoughts on this palette and how it went out, how it went the first time and how it went the second time, then please keep on watching. And without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking and we're gonna get into the video. I love green tea lattes. Can you guys already tell I'm ready for the holidays? So time to get into the palette. Now this palette is super cute and adorable and I love the color scheme. The first row is all mattes and the last 2 rows are shimmers. With 232, I'm gonna grab Juju right here. It's a very light pink color. Ooh. This powder has a lot of kickback. I mean, this palette has a lot of kickback. I'm just tapping this on and just shaping my eye. So now that they're both packed on, I'm just gonna blend it like a C. And I'll just blend inwards. So I'm not blending outwards, I'm blending inwards. Okay, I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Born to Run palette and I'm gonna pick up Hell Ride, which is right here. It's like a matte purple. Just any matte purple will work. There's just no matte purples in that palette, so I had to pull from this one. This is the Smith 247 brush. So, oh my god, I went to Target yesterday and man, I had no idea that the world was so ready for fall. Like, I was ready for fall, but once I got to Target, I was like, whoa, whoa. Target is like way more ready for fall than I am. There was already like pumpkin everything and that's just like so exciting. Like, I'm that person, I'm sorry, but pumpkin to me tastes like super delicious. I really love it. I love pumpkin pie, pumpkin everything. I just love it. And I have an obsession with Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. I like to bake them at home. I feel like it's like way better than going to Cinnabon because, you know, at home it's always fresh and it literally tastes the same and you can control how, you know, flaky or well cooked you want it to be, however you want to call it, because I like my cinnamon rolls to be like super 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 soft. I hate like flaky and hard cinnamon rolls. Who does? Like it soft and very doughy, so I cook it like a little bit less than instructed, so it's like really nice, really soft, doughy but not raw. I just love it. I have a huge obsession with it. And while I was going to Target to stock up on more of them, I saw that they had a pumpkin flavor and I was like, what in the world? I had no idea there were pumpkin cinnamon rolls, so I'm so excited to bake them after I'm done with it. So now I'm gonna cut my crease. I'm just gonna grab this Colourpop concealer in like super duper white. What is this? Fair Zero. Just gonna grab a synthetic brush And I'm just gonna, okay, what I like to do is I just like to pop it in the middle of my eye and then look up. So watch. Do you see that? Now it tells me where to stop. There you go. See that? Perfect. You have to have like a generous amount in the middle in order for it to be able to have enough to spread up there when you blink, but that'll show you where to stop. So I love that trick. All right, back to the main attraction palette. I'm going to be grabbing Poison Apple right here for my lid. I'm gonna wet a synthetic flat brush. This is a Morphe G10. They don't even make it anymore, so any flat synthetic like brush will do. Usually a concealer brush works really well because they're usually flat and synthetic. So I'm gonna grab Poison Apple and let's do this. See, this is where I wish there was a mirror so I could be like this. There's not, so hold on, hold on. Okay, mirror found, mirror found. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most disorganized of them all? I really highly recommend, if you don't wet your shimmers, if you don't like to, I feel like for this palette you definitely should, just because this palette is very fallouty, and whenever you wet your brush into shimmer colors, it really helps it like melts. It turns the shadow into like liquid creamy lava, so there's no fallout at all. So if you don't like to wet it, I suggest you do. If you already wet it, then good for you. Okay, I'm gonna take this teeny weeny itsy bitsy brush. It's a Morphe M213, and I am going to grab Magic Carpet right there. And I'm just gonna put it like right next to my Poison Apple, like just on the edges. I'm just gonna put on that Poison Apple. I'm just putting some powder under my eyes because there's a buttload of fallout, which I totally forgot that this happened to me yesterday, so don't want that to happen again. Okay, I'm gonna take the Smith 253 and I'm gonna get Midnight Curfew and pack it on the outer edge of my eye. I would pick up the palette and show you, but there's so much fallout right now that I would just get shadow everywhere. So let's just... And when you're packing, just pull it inward, you know, pack inward, don't pack outward. Just a little bit up, but not too much. I really like this brush for this because it's, hold on, it's triangular shaped, so it's really a great shape for packing on at the end of your eye and at the front too. So it's really great for halo eyes. Like if you like halo eyes, just look at this. Boom, stamp. It's like the perfect shape. I love it. Alright, now that I've packed on Magic Carpet, I'm just gonna blend it out with the brush I used for Hellride, the Urban Decay shadow. I already forgot what it's called. Okay, I'm just gonna take the same brush that I used for Hellride and take Hellride from the Urban Decay palette and just connect my halo, my Midnight Curfew that I packed down. Just lightly connecting it. Boom, boom. Taking another teeny weeny little brush. It's very similar to the 213 brush. Actually, it's the same as the 213 brush earlier. It's just like Jaclyn Hill's version of it. Okay, this is the Kylie Jenner Bronze Extended palette. I literally just grabbed a palette that was closest to me. I'm grabbing this very light shade right here, and it's just gonna brighten up my brow bone. There we go. There we go. Because my eye is so dark. The other color I was using was just definitely not brightening enough. It was just gonna make the whole eye look very dark. We want some brightness to it. I'm gonna take this tiny, teeny, eensy world's littlest blending brush ever. This is the Sigma E36. I'm not sure if they make this anymore. I bought this like years and years ago. I'm gonna pick up Juju with this and I'm gonna blend out all my harsh lines with it. Anyways, I went to Ikea like 2 days ago to buy like a bajillion of these. I already had like 3 of them, and I'm surprised that like 4 years later they still have the same exact ones. But I went to go buy like 3 more. Then I went to Target and saw they had like a similar one in glossy black, and I was like, damn it, I could have just gotten them here. But anyways, I bought 1. I was gonna buy 3, but I bought 1. Controlled myself. Dude, I'm just everywhere today. I'm gonna smoke out my, I should have kept the freaking bake on. I forgot that I'm gonna smoke out my bottom lash, and I know there's gonna be fallout. I should have left the freaking bake on. Why can't I get my life together? I'm just going to really quickly smoke out my lower lash line with Juju and Hellride, and I will be right back. Okay, I finished smoking it out with Juju and Hellride, but it's still not dark enough, so I'm gonna have to pick up Magic Carpet and smoke it out too. I really don't want to do that because it's a shimmer shade, but I really want to stick to this palette as much as possible, just because if I use a bunch of palettes and only 1 or 2 colors from that palette, it's just like, this really isn't a video about that palette, you know what I mean? Shadow is finally done. I'm gonna do liner and lashes off camera. I'm gonna be lining my eyes with the Jeffree Star what's it called, velour lip liner. So yes, this is a lip liner, but it's safe for your eyes, so I got it in black, the shade Weirdo. I've actually used this before and I really love it, so I highly recommend you guys get this because it is awesome and it also feels like a wand, so that's really fun. So I'm gonna grab Prince Charming, which is like just a silvery shade, and I'm gonna pop it in my inner corner. It's a really like chunky glitter color. It's not smooth, it's very chunky, but for some reason I really like chunky glitters as my inner eye. I just feel like they pop more. They're like terrible to work with on the lid, but they're great for inner corners, so I love that. So just popping him in. So I tried using Prince Charming on my lid yesterday and it was just like a disaster, but it looks great as a inner corner highlight. And now my nose is running. How delightful. How delightful. Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. I always use this as a cheek topper because for some reason my cheeks always look kind of like dry and crusty in my opinion. So I just like it because it gives me like a glowy, hydrated look. Especially since I like go so heavy with blush. It kind of like dries out my cheeks. No matter what brand I use, that's just always how I feel like it looks. So I just really like using this. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the Becca Mini Macaroon Highlighting Set. This is their holiday collection item. It's 4 mini highlighters. It's in my last video. If you guys have not seen it, please go check it out. So last time I used Opal. This time I'm gonna use Prismatic Amethyst because I have purple eyes, purple backdrop, everything's purple. So I figure why not? I'm gonna use this lavender eyeshadow. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is very lavendery. It looks very light on my camera, but it's really lavendery in person. So I'm gonna pop that on. Let's do this. See, it is really super lavender, super purple. Look at that. It's purple. It's freaking purple. At first I was really afraid to try this, but it really does not look like harsh or crazy. It really like looks very nice. So I really like it. I really didn't know what to do with the purple highlighter when I first got this set, but I really like this. I like it with purple looks. This is Ginger from Kylie Cosmetics. I know my lips are crazy, right? I'm gonna feather it out with the little synthetic buffing brush. Take the Kylie and Courtney French Kiss collab liquid lip just like this, just like that. That's all I'm gonna do. Blend it out with my finger. My dog is so upset right now. He like, sit down. He's on my lap right now and he really wants to like go to sleep. Mochi, lay down. I'm almost done. Okay, this is Boy from Colourpop. Put it on my finger. Did you just hear him sigh? Whew, you guys, we're finally done. We're finally done. My dog has even abandoned me. I don't know where he's at, but he left. He left me. He's always staying on my lap while I film, but he's gone. He's gone. We're finally done. The hair is released. It's fluff central. It looks super crazy. I think it actually looks better if I did this. Hold on. Let me look presentable for you guys. Oh, I hear my dog. He came back. Yay. Boom. A little better? Does this look a little better? I don't know. This is the look I'm gonna stick with. Alright, as for the palette. So I really didn't want to have to say this, but I really think that this palette is more of a collector's item. It's more for nostalgia, or it's more for a gift for a child. Like if you're a mom, it's for your daughter, or if you're buying it for your friend's child, or a niece, or you know, a cousin, or whatever it is. I just feel like it's more as a gift for children or a collector's item, because if you are looking for an everyday palette, this is definitely not it. I mean, look at it. They're not wearable colors. If you have a 9-to-5 job, these are not wearable colors. They're all pinks, purples, and blues. They're not neutrals at all. Definitely not workplace appropriate, so I don't think that that's for you if that's what you're looking for. And also the ratio of mattes to shimmers is totally off. You have 1 row of mattes and then 2 rows of shimmers, and all the shimmers are various colors of purples, blues, and pinks, yet all the mattes, there's no purples, blues, or pinks. I mean, Juju is a pink, but I mean, it's super, super, super light pink. So other than that, I mean, you would think that there would be purple, blue, and pink mattes so that they could be used in the crease, because shimmers just don't perform well as a crease color. That's why no one uses shimmers in the crease, because you know, they just don't perform well in the crease. That's why no one does it. But I mean, yesterday in my other video, I tried to, just because I wanted to stay inside this palette only, because if this video is going to be about this palette, I feel like I should just use this palette only. So I did use Magic Carpet, which is a purple shimmer in my crease, and you know, as all shimmers do, it didn't perform well in the crease at all. So the look was just totally bad, which is why I have this second video, and which is why I pulled a purple matte from a different palette. So with the mattes, I only used Chip and Juju, but I'm sure the other ones probably perform the same. The mattes, I would say, are totally fine. They blend well, they build well. That's great and dandy. But the shimmers, which is the majority of the palette, if you want to pack the shimmers on your lid, boom, they're good, great. If you want to do anything that has to do with blending, I would say no, because I did halo eyes both times, and every time I tried to blend out the shimmer at the front and end of my halo, it was just, I mean, it packed on just fine, but as soon as I tried to, you know, blend it, it became patchy and skippy. So I kept having to add and blend, and there was just no point. So definitely, if you want to use this, just use it for lids only. Don't do any blending of any kind with it, just lid only. Pack on your lid, that's it. That's what you should use the shimmers for, and I highly recommend that you wet them, because there's a lot of kickback, a lot of fallout, and it's way more creamy when you wet it, so I highly recommend that. So that's what I have to say about the palette. So there we have it, folks. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. My head is right there, meaning that's the subscribe button, so just click on my head. And if you haven't yet, click that notification bell so that you can get alerts whenever I have new videos. And just leave a comment down below if you have anything you want to see or say, and just give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And I think that's about it. So thank you guys, and have a great night. Bye. See you in the next video.